Hello, friends, and thank you as always for visiting the Legend Sports Universe YouTube channel, Legend Sports Universe, where legends play forever. The Legend Sports Universe Boxing Federation comes to you live with our third card, the LSUBF Championship Tournaments. We've got a good one going here. We will open up from Karitsu Arena with the cruiserweights, as Vasily Jirov, the number 3 contender, comes in a perfect 8-0 with 4 knockouts. He will take on the tough and powerful Nate Miller. Miller, the number 6 ranked contender, 9-1-1. Surprising, only 2 knockouts for Miller. But he certainly does have a lot of thump that Jirov will have to take into account. Then we head to the light heavyweight division, where the Jinx, Michael Spinks, ranked number 3, 17-1 with 12 knockouts. What should be an action-packed affair. Lots of people looking forward to this one as Spinks takes on the number 6 contender, Matthew Saad Muhammad. Muhammad 10-1-1 with 8 knockouts. And then in the main event, we head to lightweight. Henry Armstrong, 15-0, the number 3 contender, 14 knockouts, takes on the tough Jose Luis Ramirez. Ramirez powerful with a great chin. He gets hit a lot, and Armstrong will be all too happy to hit him. So without further ado, we'll head behind the LSUBF fourth wall. Again, this is a little thing I do before each of the fights. Because so much of the project, this is a hybrid project using Title Bout Championship Boxing, as well as Undisputed and Fight Night Champion. The bulk of the cards take place behind the scenes in Title Bout. The rating systems I've devised for Fight Night Champion and Undisputed also are rooted in the classic Title Bout board game slash PC game and the rating system created by the Trunzo brothers. And I built a system off of that. So because so many of the fights happen behind the scenes, we go behind the fourth wall here, let you know a little bit about the fighters, where their ratings are right now, and a little bit of history is again, I do a deep dive into boxing history here in the LSUBF. So we open up here with Jirov and Miller, cruiserweight, both fighters currently in the pre-prime stages of their career. Jirov rated a 7 in Title Bout at the moment. Nate Miller rated a 6. Again, though those are solid numbers. Both guys are going to peak. Jirov peaks, I believe, at a 10. Again, you get to double digits in Title Bout, you're doing exceptionally well. Well, solid contenders and even champions get in 7, 8, 9, that area. So Jirov with a little bit of an advantage here, the 100 fight sim advantage. Jirov 68, 26, and 6. So he comes in as the favorite. To this point, the best bout for these guys, Jirov, a 6th round knockout of Yon Pablo Hernandez, and Nate Miller, a 10-round unanimous decision win over Krzysztof Ladarchik. If you're not familiar with either of these guys, Vasily Jirov, a Kazakhstan boxer, IBF cruiserweight champion from June 1999 to April of 2003. Known for relentless body punching and pressure, he won Olympic gold in 1996. His thrilling war with James Toney remains a classic, solidifying his place in boxing history. As for Nate Miller, Miller, the American, was WBA cruiserweight champion from October of 1994 to February of 1998. A powerful puncher with a rugged style, he successfully defended his title multiple times. His durability and toughness made him a respected figure in the cruiserweight division of the 1990s. So with that, we will head to ringside here, Karitsu Arena, for Vasily Jirov, Nate Miller. Again, there you see Jirov, the number 3 ranked cruiserweight. Miller ranked number 6. Again, Jirov 8-0, Miller 9-1-1. Both fighters come in at 6'2". Jirov a 3-pound weight advantage. Miller, however, has the 3-inch reach advantage. Jirov hailing from Kazakhstan, Miller from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Should be a good one here. Again, Jirov certainly loves to put the pressure on, but Miller has a dangerous level of power. Again, as we mentioned, the knockout number surprising that Miller has only knocked out 2 guys to this point. Jirov prepares to make his way down to ringside. In the tiger stripe trunks, Jirov, nicknamed the Tiger, among others. There you see Nate Miller preparing to enter his way down to ringside as well. I can probably improve on both of these model dimensions. So, and I'm also not sure what is causing the little bit of the glitch here where the fighters all wearing black gloves. Like Jirov is created to wear like the tiger orange slash gold gloves, like he has in several fights in real life. But it's reverting the glove colors to black, which isn't a big deal. But I'm not sure why that is occurring as the introductions for the fighters wrap up here in the ring. And Keiretsu Arena is a Japan themed arena. It is a fictional arena that the guys created Title Bout. Um, that that's great Title Bout. I'm okay. The guys who created Undisputed made. I think it's a cool looking arena, so we figured we'd put a card here as Jirov and Miller meet in the middle of the ring, prepare to touch gloves after the final instructions, and get ready to go. Cruiserweight action, 10 rounds. Again, all first round bouts in the tournament are 10 rounds. The semifinal matchups will be 12 rounds. The championship bout will be 15. Draw is southpaw. Miller against the ropes here in the opening minute. Jirov goes body, goes up high. One of the things, and it didn't do this when the game started out, and as they've made touch ups and changes and updates as far as Undisputed goes, one of the things that is they're getting a lot of flack about as far as graphics stuff goes to change. Obviously, I mean, a lot of it looks great, but some of the awkward, like when they have their guard up and they're moving around the ring, when they're not even close to the opposing fighter and they're still holding their guard up in front of their face like that, looks a little bit ridiculous. Um, so we'll see if they ever adjust that. They are still doing updates and changes and whatnot. Both fighters firing off shots here in this opening round. Miller got a good left through there, trying to work to the body there, digging away, but Jirov has his guard in a pretty good position there. Straight left hand from Jirov. Caught Miller on the end of the punch. That one got him more solidly. Good straight left there from Jirov. A good scoring blow. Oh, good right hand there from Miller. That one finds the mark. He pops home a jab afterwards. Tries to go to the body as Miller backs away. Minute left here in the opening round. That last left got through for Miller a bit behind the guard of Jirov with the glove up high. And that finds the mark. Body shot barely lands. These fighters will put together a pretty good case for cruiserweights. They're not going to be particularly hard to find. Again, Jirov is a pressure fighter, and Miller will invite that. 30 seconds here of this opening round. Jabs for Miller, unable to land there. Jirov showing pretty good movement here in the early going. Jirov, a very solid fighter. I mentioned in the introduction that real life fight, him and James Toney. If you've never seen that fight, that is one worth watching. It's honestly probably the best win of James Toney's career, as far as being impressive. So round one comes to a close here. We'll head to the corners. Again, I don't do the whole minute in the corner. We kind of put 30 seconds from this montage, corner visits between rounds, just to kind of for the sake of expediency. So we'll get to round two here. Miller opens it up. Good jab finds a home. On the chin of Jirov, right misses. Jirov has a bit more hand speed than Miller does. Miller is just a good, grinded out, tough, hard-nosed cruiserweight. Jirov is the more skilled of the two fighters. but he's landed a real blow of consequence to this point. Combination there. All those shots made their way through from Vasily Zhirov. Here's one into the body. Zhirov is going well in this fight. The body work is going to be a big thing for him. When we talk about, again, this is a hybrid project using 3 games, using Title Bout Championship Boxing, using Undisputed here, and using Fight Night Champion. And again, they both have advantage. I mean, Undisputed looks good, and in certain types of fighters, at this fight, it'll do a pretty good example of. But one of the things that you don't have control of in creating fighters in Undisputed to the same extent that you do in Fight Night Champion is the specifics on punches, body versus head and stuff like that. Um, so you're left a little bit to the whim of the AI of Undisputed. I mean, you can enter in as far as a style, goes as far as body shots, but you can't program a guy to be, you can give him traits, but you don't have like sliders to say where he favors like punching to the head, punching to the body, etc., like you do in Fight Night Champion. Just that level of customization isn't quite there. So you've got to kind of tinker with the general styles a bit and such to get the fighter to perform the way you want him to perform. Right hand over the top there from Miller. A solid one, but he's met with a good straight left from Zhirov that finds him. Zhirov tries to follow it up, and Miller covers that up pretty well. Closing moments here of round number 2. It has been a even, not overly eventful first and 4 rounds. Both fighters giving action. These fighters giving decent shots. Just nothing of ton of significance. Zhirov lands a good straight left there at the bell as we reach the end of round number 2. See, neither fighter is showing any real signs of wear as of yet. Kind of still in a process of figuring out where they stand with each other here through 2 rounds. Well, we head to round number 3. Miller comes out of his corner a bit faster than Zhirov. They meet at the center of the ring, and Miller fires home a jab right off the bat. And trying to set up that right hand. See if he can find the mark, rattle Zhirov's cage a little bit. Good jab there from Zhirov. That one landed on the button. That stopped Miller from coming in, but Miller lands a good solid jab of his own. Solid contact. It looked like Miller was loading up for an uppercut there, but he got caught by a short shot there from Zhirov that kind of stopped him from loading up on that punch. Good job from Miller to get out of the way of a couple and take a couple shots to the body. Great left from Zhirov lands. Second one lands, kind of got shortened up a bit. Putting a lot of punches off each other's gloves there in that last sequence, a minute into round number 3. And coming up, a light heavyweight matchup, and all 3 bouts on the card tonight are again between 3 seeds and 6 seeds. Light heavyweight Michael Spinks, who a lot of people think is the favorite in that light heavyweight division, despite him currently being the 3 seed. He's going to have a tough battle tonight against Matthew Saad Muhammad. That should be a good bout. And then in the main event, Homicide Hank, Henry Armstrong, and Jose Luis Ramirez will go at it in the lightweight division. The winner of that bout gets Freddie Welsh. Welsh advanced in our previous card after defeating Sugar Shane Mosley in a virtuoso defensive performance from Welsh. Coming up on a minute left here in round number 3. Good combination there from Zhirov, finds a mark. Miller digs one into the ribs, though. Short left hand there from Jirov finds a home. Our fighter has really asserted control of this fight to this point. He's 30 seconds left here in round 3, but I think all 3 of these rounds probably could go either way. And Jirov is the favored fighter. So far, Miller acquitting himself well. 15 seconds left in round number 3. Good job by Jirov to duck the left there. But his punches coming out of it don't find the mark either. Short left there from Miller as the round comes to a close. So we're through 3 rounds here. We'll get our first look at the CompuBox scorecard. And that is an unofficial scorecard. We'll get our first look at that after round 3, then after round 6 and round 9, should we get to that point. Moment, this is shaping up like a fight that is going to go deep into the night. There you see the CompuBox scorecard has given the underdog, Nate Miller, 2 of the first 3 rounds. I personally had it the other way. I had it 2-1 Jirov, but all close rounds could easily have gone to either fighter. Firing shots away. The last body shot got through, but other than that, Jirov blocking. Miller is matching Jirov's pace. Again, Jirov is a good pressure fighter, but Miller has has countered that with his own. Good jab there from Miller. It's punch so far of the round. As we get a minute in, Jirov trying to dig into the body on Miller. Just with a little short jab there. Jirov catches Miller with a jab as he comes in there. Now does a little bit of body work there to follow that up. Again, Jirov's success will come if he's able to get body work. Oh, short left up top, though, there caught Miller as he came in. So again, Jirov's kind of coming out, backing away a bit, and then as Miller comes in, Jirov is catching him a little bit this round. He's got him a couple of times. And nobody has landed any really thunderous shots to this point in the bout. A good even scrap here to open up this 3-bout card from Keiretsu Arena in Japan. To this point, again, no fireworks as of yet. Just 2 good, solid fighters going at it. Jirov is going to be a leader in this division eventually. I would be inclined to think. Nate Miller's ceiling not quite as high, but Miller was a very, very solid fighter. Right now, he is giving Vasily Jirov all he can handle. I'm trying to find a home for that jab. He has not been able to find that consistently. Good little short jab there. And again, Miller pops him a double jab there at the end of round number 4. Jirov's corner, kind of like to see him perhaps pick up the work rate a little bit, particularly inside. So Miller is a very strong fighter. Not that Jirov is not, but Miller is physically just a very strong fighter. Getting inside him, a little bit easier said than done. For Jirov to have the success that he wants to have, he's going to have to do a little bit better job of it. 5 underway. shots there. Again, neither super heavy. Shot there. Again, left land's got a good combination there. Good 1-2 there from Jirov to counter it. It's a nice job by Jirov, but now Miller able to make a miss. 3 punches, lands a good solid jab there from Miller. But Jirov coming in that time. Defending himself fairly well. Neither of these fighters considered great defensive players. But Jirov has the advantage in that area. Good straight right hand from Miller lands. Good left there from Jirov. Fighters changing a little bit there. Both snap each other's heads back. A couple of jabs. Miller had gotten a straight right hand in there as well. Lands another jab. Nate Miller is doing a very nice job to this point against Jirov. Jirov lands a left and then lets a shot to the body there. Goes high and low. Jirov southpaw style to this point does not seem to be throwing Miller in the slightest. Good evasiveness there by Miller. Miller has acquitted himself a bit better defensively than anticipated to this point. Five shots there. The first three didn't find a hole. The last two, however, did. Left hand there from Miller. Jirov kind of rolled with that a little bit. Miller still got him pretty solid with it. Neither fighter has been staggered to this point, let alone down. See a little bit more contact being made, though, as this bout goes on. Jirov, slowly but surely, is starting to find a little bit more of a home with the jabs and straights. Still not doing the body work I think Jirov would like to be doing. As the round comes to a close. Jirov's corner, I think, likes the way that this has started to go for him. Not liking a little bit more, but they still want him doing more in the way of body work. Nate Miller's corner is happy with his effort to this point, too, though. They feel like he's in a pretty good position here as we go to round 6. Opens up with a jab that finds the mark. Short to the body, then up top. Oh, that's a good short left there from Jirov. That one found the mark. That was a good solid shot there from Vasily Jirov. Good little 1-2 there. Lands. Neither landed flush, but they landed well. Miller's punches seem to be losing a little bit of their steam. Good jab there, though. That one had something on it. Miller snaps him back. Fighters exchange shots there. Couple straight lefts there from Jirov. Middle one down to home. He gets caught with a glancing left as he backs away. Comes back with a right of his own. Right there, now a left from Miller. And you can see the shots just seem to have a little bit less on them. From Nate Miller. Something to keep an eye on. Took a little bit of an awkward step back there from Miller. It didn't look like he really stunned with instinct. Perhaps he just didn't like where he was positioned at that moment. Tries to go to the body. Jirov is moving well. Miller, of course, as I said, that Miller digs one into the ribs. Jirov answers. Good shot up top from Jirov. That's a good solid right hand. Oh, and a big left there from Jirov. That one lands. Good shot there from Vasily Jirov as we get into the final minute of round number 6. Miller weathered it pretty well, though. 1-2 again from Jirov. Miller answers with straight right. And Jirov starting to find the mark a little bit more frequently as this fight goes on. Short little uppercut, splits the gloves of Miller there. Goes down, then comes up. The body shot was blocked, but the right hand landed. Very solid round here for Vasily Jirov in round number 6. Right there from Miller. Catches him at the end of it. Misses an uppercut there at the end. As the round comes to a close. So we are through 6. Again, neither fighter really marked up to this point. This has been a good bout. Balanced bout. Without a lot of fireworks. Through these first 6 rounds. Check out the CompuBox scorecard. And there you see they've got it even, 57-57, but it does have Jirov winning the last 2 rounds. According to the CompuBox card again, which is not the official. Miller winning 2 of the first 3. 3 of the first 4, actually. With Vasily Jirov taking the last 2. Here we are in round number 7. The winning bout of our 3-bout card. Spinks and Muhammad up next. Good short right hand there from Jirov finds the mark. Miller a pair of left mitts. Good straight left hand from Jirov there. That one landed on the point. Miller protecting well against the body. Right hand over the cut. The left one caught the glove, but the right one did land there on that 1-2 from Miller. And he's swinging that left bit wide, and he's getting it behind the glove. A little bit of Jirov. He's done that a couple of times. Good right hand. That's Miller's best punch of the last few rounds. That was a good, solid right cross there from Nate Miller. Jirov has weathered it fine, though. And that motion is just a silly graphic that Undisputed has to fix. I don't remember when the game actually started in development. I felt like movement like that was better. Just the kind of covering up while you slide around is a somewhat silly animation. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't affect silly animation. I think fighters do not move that way. Good job there by Jirov. Slip shot there from Miller. Miller seems to kind of be trying to get to Jirov's right-hand side. That's trying to get him to get reaching with that left. To leave himself open for a big right hand from Miller down the chute. He has not been able to land that blow as of yet. 10 seconds remaining here in the 7th. And Miller misses there late. And round 7 comes to a close. So we're in the big rounds here now. Again, this fight, according to the CompuBox card, was level through 6. This has certainly been an even scrap here between Jirov and Miller. Get ready, round number 8. It's Miller coming out of the corner first. Fighters wait a few seconds before throwing punches, then they match. Good jabs from Miller, but Zurov catches him with a straight. Zurov there coming up. Zurov was kind of bobbing and weaving, and as he came up, Miller caught him short. Good combination there from Zurov. Good right, left. Jab and then a straight left hand. Finds a home with that straight left again. Slipped there by Zurov, and Miller dodges the straight left. The fighter's kind of coming up empty there in that last sequence. Miller has the guard up. Zurov fires off 5 punches there. None of them find a home. Zurov certainly seems to be firing off more combinations, but again, good job with the jab there from Miller. Double left. Winging right hand misses the mark. Oh, and a good shot there. So Miller coming back here in round 8 with a good showing after a somewhat tepid round 7. He's had the better of this first minute 40 or so of round number 8. Nation there from Zurov. Those score, none of them with a ton of power behind them, but they do find the mark. Jab from Zurov lands. See some of the starch again, as we were mentioning, a little bit out of Miller's punches. He landed a few good ones in the first half, but those were some fairly weak left hands. So that one had some snap on it, but missed. Pressure fighter like Zurov, he can kind of wear you down. Miller has tried to match that throughout this bout. Perhaps not equipped to the same standard as Zurov there. Good. Finds the home with the right hand, though. Put him a little bit on the end of it. Zurov not really landing much of consequence here in the 8th. I would think this is a round for Nate Miller. So we're through 8 rounds here. Keiretsu Arena Cruiserweight Tournament. Opening round bout. This is our first cruiserweight bout that we've seen, and it has been a good one. Start things off. Again, neither fighter particularly marked up at this point. Kind of normal boxing wear and tear. As we head to round number 9. And it's Miller popping off jabs early on. Good body shot there, lands by Zurov, backs Miller off, and Miller fired off 3 jabs there right at the start of the round to get Zurov's attention. The ropes, neither fighter throwing at this point. Now Zurov gets off the ropes, brings it back out to the center. Doing 1-2 there, and finds a body shot. That backs Miller off again. And Zurov getting a little bit more in the way of punches and bunches. And when they don't all land, those sequences in a fairly even round. Fighters exchange there. Those sequences in a fairly even round can tip the scales. Good right hand there from Miller, finds the ball. Zurov trying to dig into the body. Miller covers the well. Minute into this round number 9. Straight lefts there from Zurov. None of those really penetrated. Good evasiveness there from Miller. Gets a little body shot in of his own. And neither fighter has been shook in this bout. Both landed a couple of decent shots. Zurov landed a very good one earlier on. Miller weathered it well. Oh, and there's a good right hand from Zurov. That one found the mark. Cutting shot from Vasily Zurov. Miller not backing down, though. He's swinging away. Now he backhands the ropes. Jirov goes in after him. Fighters match lefts there. Kind of feels like Jirov could have tried to overwhelm Miller there with a bit of activity and pressure. They've been, Jirov may be tired as well at this point. He definitely shook him a little bit, got him against the ropes. Then Jirov advanced, didn't really follow up too much on it as we get to 30 seconds left in round number 9. Miller misses up top, does land a body shot there. Good evasiveness again from Nate Miller. Miller has been better defensively in this bout than expected. Final 10 seconds of round number 9. So that takes us to the bell. Both fighters will get final instructions in their corner. Before round number 10, this has been a pretty even bout. Hard to tell who's up on the cards. Again, the thing with an underdog, when an underdog puts up a good showing, he can certainly win over the judges in a close round. Let's see how the CompuBox card has it. Has Jirov up 86-85. We haven't really had fireworks in this bout, but this has been a good, tough, competitive bout between two very strong cruiserweight fighters, Vasily Jirov and Nate Miller. See if anybody lets things go a bit here in the 10th, or if they both just stick to their game. Good hand there from Miller. Little 1-2 shot there from Jirov again. Right hand from Miller finds one. Coming up a minute into round number 10. Tried to work the body, then went upstairs. Caught him with the short left there. Second shot up top landed. You can see both fighters, though, certainly a bit gassed. They've set a pretty good pace here for cruiserweights. Guys, I think in the vicinity somewhere of 60, in the 60s of punches per round. Lands a couple in that sequence, gets a jab home as well. It's Miller who comes back, lands a couple jabs and a straight right, goes to the body. Jirov nowhere to be found. In the final minute of the bout here, Jirov tries to dig shots into the body. Miller protects well. Pair of rights there. The second one landed better than the first. But again, just not a lot behind it at this point. Get to the final 20 seconds of the bout. Waning moments, nobody letting it fly, though. It's an idea of how these guys have been ground down over 10 rounds. And our decision goes to Vasily Jirov. I want to change that a little bit. I want to work some kind of pause in there. You need something that kind of leads up to that. Just like, oh, fight's over, here's the decision. Vasily Jirov earns the majority decision here against Nate Miller in a good, tough bout. There you see 96-94. 95-95, 96-94. Jirov wins the final 2 rounds on all 3 cards to come out of there with the victory. Here you see the punch stats tell the story. A very even bout. Both fighters land 34%. Jirov throws 67 punches around, Miller 64. Miller was very, very solid with the jab. His jab really kind of kept Jirov at bay a bit throughout the bout. Miller didn't really make any mistakes. Nate Miller fought a very, very good fight here. Again, as an underdog, he gave Jirov everything he could handle. And at the end of the night, Silly Jirov will advance in the cruiserweight tournament to the semifinals with a majority decision win over Nate Miller. So we head back behind the LSUBF fourth wall. Take a look at the upcoming bout, light heavyweight contest between Michael Spinks and Matthew Saad Muhammad. Again, this is the first of our light heavyweight bouts. First bout we're doing in the light heavyweight tournament. Again, the number 3 seed and the number 6 seed. Both of these fighters are entertaining to watch. Spinks comes at you from all angles, but with a ton of talent and that powerful right hand. But Matthew Saad Muhammad does not have to cede power to too many guys. See here, both guys in their pre-prime stage of their careers. Right now, Spinks still rated a 10 at pre-prime, which gives you an idea how great he was as a light heavyweight. Muhammad an 8 at pre-prime. So these guys are no joke. 100 sim test fight, Spin wins 64% of the bouts. So he is a favorite here. But Matthew Saad Muhammad is a very dangerous fighter. He can take punishment. He can be knocked down. He can be hit. But Muhammad's fights are going to be action packed, and he is going to come at Spinks with everything he's got here. This should be a very, very interesting matchup here. Spinks and Muhammad in the light heavyweight division. To this point, Michael Spinks' best win, a round technical knockout over the tough Gus Lesnovich. The Matthew San Muhammad's biggest victory. Matthew San Muhammad actually to this point really has not fought anybody of real note. His best win, a 1 round obliteration of Pat Lawler. But Muhammad hasn't fought anybody else who's in this tournament bracket. Spinks, an undefeated light heavyweight champion from 1981 to 1985, held the WBA, WBC, and IBF titles. Known for his unorthodox Spinks Jinx style, he moved up to heavyweight and became the first to defeat Larry Holmes, retiring as one of boxing's greatest champions. Of course, he had the 91-second wipeout at the hands of Mike Tyson, but we won't taint his memory that Matthew Saad Muhammad, an exciting, resilient boxer who reigned as the WBC light heavyweight champion from 1979 to 1981. Known for his incredible comebacks and brutal wars, he became a fan favorite. His thrilling fights, especially against Yaki Lopez, cemented his legendary status in the division. With that, it is time to head to ringside for our second bout of the evening. Michael Spinks, Matthew Saad Muhammad. Now you see Spinks a 4-inch height advantage, 6'3", the rangy Michael Spinks. And Matthew Saad Muhammad, 5'11". He's certainly not slight by any means, but Spinks' height and reach can be an advantage for him, although he does only have a 1-inch reach advantage. Saad Muhammad actually has a 1-inch weight advantage here. Spinks hailing from St. Louis, Missouri. Matthew Saad Muhammad, as Nate Miller did in the previous fight, hailing from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Matthew Saad Muhammad, of course, originally Matthew Franklin. And there you see Michael Spinks making his way down to the ring, 17-1, 12 knockouts for Michael Spinks. One loss happening in, I think it was the second or third bout of his career to a nondescript tomato can guy by a majority decision. Matthew Saad Muhammad, 10-1-1 with 8 knockouts. He makes his way down to the ring here at Kurtzu Arena as well. And Muhammad looks ready to go. Both these fighters in great shape. Both these fighters will have plenty of stamina to go in this one. I'm not sure if I think this one's going to go the distance or not. You got two very powerful fighters in the ring there. Here you see Spinks acknowledging the crowd. Saad Muhammad stalks in his corner, gives the crowd a little bit of a double fist acknowledgement, and we get ready for Spinks and Muhammad. Both fighters getting their final instructions in the center of the ring. We'll touch gloves and be ready to go. Round one, Spinks and Muhammad. Spinks lands the first blow. Gets a jab home. Spinks would probably like to have a little bit of a feeling out process here. I don't think Muhammad is going to be looking for much of that. He's going to look to pressure Spinks pretty much out of the gate. Right hand there from Spinks. That's what he's going to try to land. Downstairs body shot lands. Shot upstairs does not. Good body shot. Pair of body shots there from Muhammad. Find the mark. Under the elbows of Spinks, who tries to dig shots into the ribcage himself. Jab there from Spinks lands. Muhammad's camp is going to want him to pressure, but they don't want him to walk into it. That right hand from Michael Spinks can be devastating. Again, Muhammad does not have to give a heck of a lot of does not have to yield advantage in terms of power, though. Saad Muhammad is a banger as well. Good shot to the body. He went digging one in there. That one shook Spinks. Spinks lands a good right hand, though. Jab then goes to the body. Muhammad, not a good defensive fighter. He will hit, he will get hit. That makes for exciting bouts. But it does put him at a risk. Right hand there lands, left hand to follow it up does not. Spinks fires home a good jab there. Final minute here of round number one. Fighter throwing at the moment. Muhammad tries to back Spinks against the ropes. Spinks would gladly keep Muhammad trying to chase him. Spinks has an endurance advantage over Muhammad. Muhammad likes to try to get in and get you out of there. Lands a couple of jabs. Winging right hand from Muhammad. Spinks able to evade that. Knocks home another jab. The Spinks certainly landed a couple of good shots, but that's a good opening round from Saad Muhammad. Spinks' corner. Not troubled by any means, though, how that round went. Muhammad's corner. Pretty much telling him, just keep doing what you're doing. Fighters on their feet as we get ready for round number two. Muhammad wasting a couple punches there. Spinks well out of dodge. Left hand there. Landed at, caught the end of that. Not flush. Spinks gets to the body, lands one up top. Muhammad answers. Again, that left hand he fired off there. He caught Spinks, but Spinks was getting away from that punch, so he didn't land it flush again. It can be a somewhat awkward style. Good right hand there from Muhammad. And he's landed a couple of those solid shots, but he's not quite getting Spinks flush. Still good scoring blows. Spinks tried to come in there for him. Muhammad caught him mid punch. Stop the attack for the moment. So short right hand there from Muhammad lands. Matthew Saad Muhammad off to a good start in this bout. Hands a jab. Lands the right hand. Spinks has not really landed anything of significance here in the first minute and a half of round number 2. Shots off the arms. Brings a big right hand, finds nothing. Left hand there. I think that got mostly gloved. Protecting himself pretty well in this round. That first shot there from Spinks landed. The jab found a hole. Now the right hand lands. Spinks finally starting to find the mark a little bit in the final 40 seconds. This has been another good round for Matthew Saad Muhammad. First round could have gone either way. I still would have given that one to Muhammad. I certainly give round 2 here to Matthew Saad Muhammad. Spinks' corner was not bothered by round 1. Expect that to be a little bit more animated in the corner of Michael Spinks after this second round. 10 seconds remaining now. Muhammad pressuring. Spinks kind of lets him come. Lands a jab. Goes to the body at the end of the round as the bell sounds. So we're through 2 again. Scheduled for 10 as all first round bouts in these LSUBF Championship tournaments are. Semifinal bouts will be 12 rounds. Championship bouts will be 15. Spinks' corner, as predicted, making clear they were not happy with how that round went. He did not do enough. There from Muhammad finds a home. Spinks has not been very accurate to this point. Good job blocking all those blows from Muhammad, though none of those landed. The right hand glances off the side of the head. Good uppercut from Muhammad. That's a solid one. That snapped Spinks' head back with some authority to it. Matthew Saad Muhammad with the biggest punch of the fight to this point. Spinks comes back, lands a left and a right. Muhammad a straight right hand, then goes to the body. Well evaded there by Spinks. Good right hand, though. Straight right from Muhammad lands. Catches the jab from Spinks in the aftermath. This has been a very strong start to this bout by Matthew Saad Muhammad. It's a jab off the top of Spinks' head there. Midway through round number 3. And after this round, we'll get our first look at the CompuBox ringside scorecard. Spinks lands a straight left there, but the other shots didn't do much. Muhammad digs to the body, now lands a shot up top with the left. Finds the mark, misses a jab. Catches coming in with a short little jab there. Muhammad digging into the body, trying to wear Spinks down. Back up to the jab. A very impressive opening 3 rounds from Matthew Saad Muhammad, and frankly, an unimpressive start from Michael Spinks. Muhammad's fighting well, and Spinks is not. That is a dangerous combination. You're Michael Spinks. Spinks the favorite, and deservedly so. Matthew Saad Muhammad certainly capable of beating him, especially if Spinks is not on his game. Again, he's just kind of digging some shots in. Spinks there buys it. Oh, good straight left jab there, and a good right hand from Spinks. That's Spinks' best punch of the fight. Spinks fight goes a little bit more furiously in terms of the pace there, gets a few punches off in the waning moments here of round number 3. Lands are right at the bell. That's another round for Muhammad. I think you could say round 1, you might have been able to give to Spinks. I frankly think Matthew Saad Muhammad has taken all 3 of these first 3 rounds. But at a minimum, I think he's got to have 2 of the first 3. And that is not a situation that Michael Spinks wants to be in. And it's certainly not a spot that his corner wants him to be in. Spinks getting a little bit firmer talking to again. After round number 3, Matthew Saad Muhammad's corner very happy with him. And there you see the CompuBox ringside scorecard has Matthew Saad Muhammad having taken all 3 of these first 3 rounds. We'll see if Michael Spinks can wake it up. And a jab there. And another. Combination work from Spinks. Block goes pretty well. Muhammad digging to the body again. Boxing can be a momentum game. Matthew Saad Muhammad, you have to think, knows that he is fighting well to this point. This is not a case of his corner hyping him up. Muhammad has done a great job. Spinks showing a little bit more life to him here in round 4, a minute in. A few more successful combinations, finding the mark a little bit. Spinks a little bit busier. Good right hand there lands. Muhammad banging off Spinks' arms and gloves. So it's not finding the mark. Good right hand from Spinks. That one caught him, and he goes down to the body, and down goes Muhammad. And just like that, shot to the head, shot to the body, and Matthew Saad Muhammad takes a knee. So Michael Spinks, after 3 lackadaisical rounds, puts Muhammad down here midway through round number 4. And now Spinks is going to work. Muhammad fires back. Can Matthew Saad Muhammad recover in a fight where he had all the momentum through 3 rounds? Good left hand there from Muhammad. Fires off 3 straight strong rights. They all block by Michael Spinks. Right hand there was really what rattled Muhammad. The body shot is just what brought him down to the knee. But the big right hand from Spinks is what stunned him. 30 seconds left in round number 4. Body shots again. Spinks lands. Good uppercut. Splits the gloves of Muhammad. And another uppercut splits the gloves. Spinks digging away. Muhammad, who had done a surprisingly good job defensively through the first 3 rounds. That defense is starting to wane. Spinks is starting to find his spots. Final 10 seconds here of round number 4. And the bell sounds. But Michael Spinks thrusts himself back into this fight with the knockdown of Matthew Saad Muhammad here in round number 4. If the CompuBox scorecard was right and Muhammad won the first 3 rounds, that brings Spinks back to a point down in the fight. And Matthew Saad Muhammad, you can see he in the corner, he is a frustrated fighter right now. He had everything going his way, and just like that, he ends up on the canvas. How can he regroup here for round number 5? Spinks catches him with a right there. Fires a couple of rights. Good job there from Muhammad. Finds the mark. Seconds into the 5th round. Good right hand from Spinks. He beat him to the punch there and landed. Big uppercut from Muhammad. Misses the mark. Body shot from Spinks lands. Right's missed, but then he slips an uppercut in. Spinks can get that jab to find a home consistently. He will make big headway in this fight. Tries to snap off that right hand. Muhammad slips it. Jab falls short. The jab finds the mark there from Spinks. Catch him coming in. Good uppercut. And a right hand follows it up. Spinks is starting to find his spots. Hands the jab. Muhammad misses, flailing a little bit more wildly now. Muhammad trying to pin Spinks in the corner a couple of times, and Spinks is wheeled out of it. Good right hand there from Muhammad, but the 2 follow-up lefts don't find a home. And the right from Spinks lands. Good jab. 1-2 from Muhammad. Muhammad's still the one trying to put the pressure on. Only way Matthew Saad Muhammad knows how to go. Jab, good body shot there from Spinks. Right gets over the glove. Right hand from Muhammad. He fires another straight right home and then a left to the body. And a big right hand there from Spinks. Rattles Muhammad again. A couple of shots to the body. Lands a left. Muhammad not even defending himself there, and Spinks puts him down for a second time. So Matthew Saad Muhammad dropped in the 4th. He's dropped here in round 5. He will rise again. But this fight has changed and changed significantly. 15 seconds left in round 5. Muhammad doesn't even come out of the corner. Spinks goes in to get him. Muhammad does fire a couple body shots off. Now he turns Spinks around in the corner. Good right hand from Muhammad. Fighters exchanging in the corner as round number 5 comes to a close. But Michael Spinks has dropped Matthew Saad Muhammad for the second time. We talked about Spinks having found his range, having found his mark. Matthew Saad Muhammad is in that corner, and Muhammad, the complexion of this fight has changed. He's getting that's not really a talking to, that is a beratement in the corner of Matthew Saad Muhammad. They know that he was in control of this fight through the first 3 rounds. Now they have to hope he can survive. Round 6 opens up. He starts off with a body shot. Muhammad's going to keep coming forward, though. That much we can promise you. Get hand there, lands a couple of body shots. Get underneath or through the gloves. No Spinks. That's a good job there by Muhammad. That's a trap Spinks along the rope. Spinks goes and wheels out of the way. Back out in the ring center. Fighters exchange again. He tries to go to the body. Muhammad guards that. Lands a jab. Muhammad trying to work the body some more. Like to try to limit some of Spinks' mobility and keep him right there in front of him. Whoa, good left hand there from Muhammad. Spinks gets his head snapped back. He's still right there in front of Muhammad. But now Muhammad lands a couple of shots, trying to regroup. Good left from Spinks, though, finds a home. Right hand from Muhammad lands. Combination, Spinks works the body. He finds a home with that uppercut again. Midway through round number 6, Spinks and Muhammad, light heavyweight tournament action. Full of uppercuts there from Muhammad were blocked by Spinks. Minute 10 remaining. Left over the top. A pair of them land. Spinks then lands one of his own. Spinks sidesteps. Muhammad digs a shot into the body anyway. Hits home a couple jabs. Catches Spinks midway through one of those right hands. So Muhammad getting himself back into things a little bit here in the sixth. He's done a good job so far. But just like that, it's a combination from Spinks and a big right hand. Muhammad is wobbly. Spinks was in for the knock, and he puts him down. Muhammad is down for the third time in the bout. That right hand throws him again. The hands drop. Spinks went in on him, and Muhammad may not answer the count, and he won't. Michael Spinks with a sixth round knockout of Matthew Saad Muhammad to advance in the light heavyweight tournament. Michael Spinks, who frankly looked like he had not shown up in the first 3 rounds of this fight. And Matthew Saad Muhammad looked terrific through those first 3 rounds. But Spinks dropped him in the 4th. He dropped him again in the 5th. He puts him down for the count here in round 6. Michael Spinks with the victory over Matthew Saad Muhammad. And you got to feel a bit for Muhammad, who through 3 rounds absolutely had to feel like this was his time to shine. Matthew Saad Muhammad will be in the picture. I have no doubt about that. He is a good, fun, tough, courageous fighter. But Michael Spinks wakes up before letting this one slip away from him and scores the knockout. Round 6. The Spinks jinx moves on to the semifinals. Stats, 37% of blows landed from Michael Spinks compared with 33% from Matthew Saad Muhammad. But you look there, and yes, obviously the straight right and the jabs for Spinks certainly going to be significant. Those are his main shots. But in this one, look at the uppercuts. 43% of Spinks' uppercuts landed. And those are the shots that seem to start those flurries that put Muhammad down. The uppercut splitting the gloves proved to be a very big punch for Spinks in this bout. Michael Spinks, 6th round knockout winner over Matthew Saad Muhammad to advance in the light heavyweight tournament. So with that, we take our final trip behind the LSUBF fourth wall for the finale of this 3-bout card. Lightweight matchup. Homicide Hank, Henry Armstrong, and Jose Luis Ramirez. Armstrong undefeated to this point. These guys, this is going to be an action-packed bout for sure. We'll take a look here. Both fighters in the pre-prime stage of their career in title bout. Even at pre-prime, Armstrong is still a 12. That is an elite level, and he has not even reached his peak yet. Ramirez is at 5, and as you would expect, given those ratings, the 100 sim advanced test to determine the favorite in the fight, Armstrong is an overwhelming favorite, 96-4 in the 100 sim advantage. The problem here for Ramirez, Ramirez packs a wallop and he has a terrific chin. He gets hit a lot, and that is a recipe for disaster against a fighter like Armstrong. Best win so far, Armstrong earned a unanimous decision victory over Tony Canzaneri. Ramirez has a unanimous decision victory over Freddie Welsh. The winner of this bout will face Welsh in the semifinal. Welsh, who defeated Sugar Shane Mosley on our prior card. Their bio brief, if you don't know, if you've been living under a boxing rock as far as history goes, Henry Armstrong, an American boxer and the only fighter to hold world titles in 3 weight classes simultaneously. He was the world lightweight champion from 1938 to 1939. He did not spend much of his career at lightweight, actually. Known for relentless pressure and volume punching, Armstrong won 151 fights in his career. Ramirez, the Mexican, was a 2-time WBC lightweight champion, first held the title from May 1983 to November 1984, and regained it in 1987 to 1989, a tough southpaw. He fought legends like Chavez and Whitaker over the course of his career. Again, Ramirez is armed with a terrific chin, and he has got thunder in his punch. That is an area where he will have to cede ground to Armstrong. Fighters prepared to make their way to the ring. There you see again. Armstrong third, Ramirez sixth. Armstrong undefeated, 15-0 with 14 knockouts. Ramirez 13-1 with 11. Ramirez an inch advantage in height. Armstrong, however, has the 3-inch reach advantage from Columbus, Missouri. Henry Armstrong Ramirez from Culiacan, Mexico. Sorry, Mississippi. Mississippi, actually, for Armstrong. I said Missouri. I believe it's Mississippi. But there you see Armstrong making it down the ring. And I'll tell you, I'm frustrated with this model because I actually don't think the face is bad, but the hair options in Undisputed are so lacking. And they've got Sugar Ray Robinson in the game, but you can't give like that Sugar Ray Robinson kind of hair to a fighter. So Armstrong somewhat limited there. There you see Jose Luis Ramirez, 13-1, 11 KOs, greeting the crowd as he heads down towards the ring with significant underdog status. Crowd looking forward to this one. Armstrong, one of the top fighters in the entire LSUBF from the initial draw. Again, if you are new to following, first and most importantly, thank you for following the channel and the project. Bang that like button if you have not as of yet, and subscribe if you have not as of yet as well. So the premise here, it starts out, each weight class has 50 tomato can fighters for guys to pad their records to start, but it's 25 champions in a weight class. Those were selected from random generators. The remaining champions in a weight class will all enter the LSUBF at some point down the line. Again, guys have career stages that they go through here. So guys like a guy like Muhammad Ali, who's not in the initial draw at heavyweight, for example, will come in at a beginning stage of his career and fight his way up the ladder at heavyweight. So we've got a lot of legends in the LSUBF from the start, but a lot more will come down the line. Underway here, round one, fighters meet right at ring center. And away we go. Ramirez will hope that southpaw style can fluster Armstrong a bit in this one. I don't really think that Henry Armstrong cares much who is up in front of him. Ramirez throwing more early, but Armstrong comes back with the left hand. Winning 30 seconds have gone by. Again, Armstrong, you'll see Armstrong doing a lot, trying right low and then come up the left up top. Ramirez lands a couple of short hooks there. Fires off the jab. Armstrong nowhere to be found. Again, Ramirez has thunder in those hands. Just not as much as Armstrong. But if Armstrong is careless, Ramirez can absolutely put him on the canvas. A little bit measured pace here in the opening round from these two. Did not expect that to stay the case for too long. Takes a shot into the belly. Armstrong lands a left hand. Just gets the gloves up in time there for a combination from Armstrong. It's a left home. Lancing shot there with the right. First right landed, but a right lands there from Ramirez as well. No bombs landed here in this opening stanza. Again, scheduled for 10, as all first round bouts in the LSUBF tournaments are. Semi-final matchups will go 12 rounds. Championship bouts will be 15. Right hand there from Armstrong. Hands left gets behind the glove. The side of the head of Ramirez. Nation there Nothing lands. Armstrong does a good job of evading. Jab there from Ramirez as we get into the final 15 seconds of round number 1. And a little bit of a feeling out kind of round. Ramirez, the one kind of keeping a little bit of a distance. There, Armstrong just kind of stalking him down a little bit. Round 1 comes to a close, uneventful. You could probably tilt that round either way. Neither fighter, for one thing, neither fighter overly accurate during that round. But no real shots of significance either. As we prepare to move on to round 2. Now, most people do not think we'll go the distance. Following up the light heavyweight match that didn't go the distance as Michael Spinks picked up the 6th round knockout of Matthew Saad Muhammad. We are yet to see an underdog win here in the final bout of our 3rd card. Almost had that happen in the initial bout of the night, cruiserweight contest. Nate Miller put forth a very solid effort against Vasily Girov, but Girov was able to earn the majority decision and advance into the semifinal. So we have not seen an upset as of yet. Body shot there, Armstrong. Armstrong's got him rattled. Ramirez, that kind of had a delayed reaction on Ramirez. He backs against the ropes. Armstrong hammers him, and down goes Ramirez. A minute into round 2, Jose Luis Ramirez is on the canvas and taking the count. He is up at 5. That's usually the kind of reaction that's reserved almost like for a liver shot. That doesn't look like where Armstrong hit him. The kind of Ramirez took that shot, seemed okay, took a couple of steps, then all of a sudden he started staggering backwards. Now Armstrong's going to try to finish him. He's got a minute and a half left with which to do it. Tries to go to the body again. Ramirez hasn't done much in the way of offense since getting up from the knockdown. A little bit surprised that Armstrong isn't being a little bit more aggressive here to try to finish him. Good right hand from Henry Armstrong finds the mark. Keeps a jab home as well. Final minute here of round number 2. Good right hand. Armstrong finds the mark again. And a left. Armstrong seems to be finding his rhythm. Ramirez is going to have to do something about that, or this fight is not going to last long. Those punches just hitting off the gloves of Armstrong. Fight their volume. Now 30 seconds. Here in round number 2. And from Armstrong lands. Another one is blocked. Combination there from Ramirez. The first thing that he's done since the knockdown. Armstrong digs one into the body. As the round comes to a close, Ramirez with a shot off after the bell there. Not really sure what Armstrong felt about that. Didn't seem particularly perplexed. But the big knockdown from Henry Armstrong. Certainly will make that a 10-8 round in his favor. Now we'll see if Jose Luis Ramirez has weathered the storm and can get himself back into the fight. Armstrong comes out firing right away. 3 straight shots there. Left, right, uppercut to the chin. Ramirez takes them. That is a recipe for disaster if Jose Luis Ramirez is going to keep eating shots like that. Good left hand from Armstrong. Again, Ramirez has a good beard on him. But Henry Armstrong is not just your average Joe landing shots against you. Ramirez swings and misses again. Gets out of the way before Armstrong can counter. Minute gone in round number 3. Right hand there land from Armstrong. They just both connect to the body simultaneously there. Left hand from Ramirez. Scores, but then he eats a couple, eats 3. Or jabs and a straight right hand. And again, Armstrong peppers him, splitting the gloves. Ramirez has to tighten that defense up. Again, he is not a strong defensive fighter, and everybody knows that. But he is eating some solid shots from Armstrong. Against the body. So left from Armstrong lands. Second one misses the mark. Big straight left from Ramirez. That's his best punch of the last couple rounds. Armstrong unfazed. Continues to come at him. And now you're seeing 3, 4, 5 punches at a time from Henry Armstrong. He is in a rhythm at this point. Ramirez has to do something to get him off of that rhythm. Jose Luis Ramirez really only knows one way to fight. That puts him in a precarious situation with Armstrong, who just continues to land cutting shots. Even when he's just hitting gloves, you can hear the sound of Armstrong banging on the gloves and the arms of Jose Luis Ramirez. Final 10 seconds coming up here of round number 3. As the bell sounds. So Armstrong looking very comfortable in his corner. Ramirez already looking strained in his corner after 3 rounds. Jose Ramirez needs something big. I'm certainly not suggesting that he's going to knock Armstrong out. He's got to be able to put a few solid shots together in succession just to try to keep Armstrong honest, our ringside scorecard. And there you see it. Henry Armstrong, clean sweep of the first 3 rounds, including the 10-8 round with the knockdown in the second. He's got a 4-point lead, according to the CompuBook scorecard, through 3 rounds. Oh, good straight jab there from Ramirez. Left straight and another jab. Strong pops off a jab of his own. A good sequence prior to that from Ramirez. Dig into the body on me. Good body shot there from Ramirez. Armstrong backed off, just kind of smiles at him. It's Armstrong again. 4, 5 punches at a time. Ramirez turns it around, turns Armstrong to the ropes. Armstrong pivots back to the center, looking for an advantageous position there along the ropes. Fighters back out to the middle. They've exchanged a couple of shots in that exchange. Ramirez dodges 3 shots from Armstrong. Short little left uppercut there from Ramirez. Nothing has shook Armstrong, who just continues to come. Minute 20 remaining here in round number 4. Good right left to the body from Armstrong. Tries to go up top. Ramirez blocks his punches. Blocked by Armstrong. Jab gets through. The straight left hand picked off. That one finds a way home. So Ramirez at least to this point now, seems kind of out of the trouble that he was entered into in round number 2. Seems to be getting a little bit more going here in round number 4, though Armstrong is still certainly hitting him with significant shots. This has been Ramirez. It's probably his best round of the fight. Short left and then a right hand from Armstrong. 30 seconds remaining in round 4. Winging left hand from Armstrong. He landed it, but he kind of glanced off the side of his head as Ramirez was moving away. That was a big shot from Armstrong. Had it landed flush. 15 seconds left here in round number 4. Here is had Armstrong against the ropes there, but didn't really do anything. Lands a straight left, lands another straight left. In the waning moments. Bell sounds to end the 4th round. So that was a solid round for Jose Luis Ramirez as he tries to claw his way back into this fight. Again, I thought the first round was pretty even. But Armstrong, again, the CompuBox scorecard had him up 4 after 3. Dangerous place to be. You have got to come from way behind against Armstrong. You have to kind of throw caution to the wind, and that's a recipe for disaster against a fighter of Armstrong's caliber. Bell sounds to open up round number 5. They meet out at the center of the ring again. Armstrong quickly starts to try to dig into the body. There from Ramirez. Armstrong is the stalker here. Ramirez is in that stalker role frequently. But it is hard to command the stalker role against Henry Armstrong. Exchange left there. Straight left from Ramirez. Trying to find a home for that punch. Good right hand from Ramirez. That one snapped Armstrong's head back. Good job there from Ramirez. Trying to bring himself back into this fight. Minute into round number 5. He's finding much of anything there. Armstrong trying to dig into the body. Good uppercut there. Finds Mark, but a jab from Ramirez slips through as well. Block, second one gets through. It looks like Armstrong almost looked like he got kind of caught in the ropes there. Bit of an awkward moment there for Henry Armstrong. Ramirez digs one in the body, comes up high with the straight left hand. Shot misses the mark. 45 seconds remaining in the round. In the corner, Ramirez with the left home. And glancing blows uppercut from Armstrong. Glancing blow as well. Ramirez has certainly thrust himself back into things a bit. But he's got dug himself a big hole early on, especially with that knockdown in round number 2. Just with some of the shots that Ramirez has taken to this point. Again, great chin aside. How deep into this fight is Ramirez going to be able to weather the storm? The fighters back into their corners. You can see a little bit of swelling around the right eye of Jose Luis Ramirez. Nothing that's of any level of significance. fighters prepare to come out to center ring for round 6. 1, 2, 3. Combination from Ramirez to open up round 6. Strong, good, solid jab came right down the pipe. Jab from Ramirez. 3 punches there, land from Armstrong. Short left from Ramirez, land. But again, Ramirez, you can't take 3 to land 1 against Armstrong. Good pair there landed, goes to the body as well. Ramirez's game, he is giving a, he is trying to grind this out. But he is just taking too many shots. And a good flurry there from Ramirez. Armstrong backs to the ropes. Ramirez gets him over there. Armstrong quickly gets off the ropes. Ramirez not able to do much. Sticks jab home. Near the midway point of round number 6. Short right hand from Ramirez land. Short left and a pair of uppercuts from Armstrong finally. And none of those were flush, but even so, decent shots. Someone with Armstrong's power will accumulate on you as the night goes on. Ooh, winging left hand. That was almost a leaping left hand from Armstrong, but misses the mark. Minute remaining. Here in round number 6. Short right, shot to the body, second right misses. It's another pair to the body from Ramirez. Armstrong misses with a pair of left hooks. That one finds the mark. Right lands from Ramirez. .30 seconds remaining in this 6th round. Straight left, another one from Ramirez. Jab getting picked off by the gloves, but he put a pair of straight left hands through. Armstrong having a hard time finding the mark at the moment. Good final minute here from Jose Luis Ramirez. 2 round 6, and that'll bring us to the bell. So we'll get another look at the CompuBox scorecard in a minute, see how they're perceiving things here at ringside. Ramirez has done a good job, I feel like, in the last 2 rounds. I'm not sure if they'll tilt in his favor. But Ramirez, again, a terrific chin, but he has taken a bunch of shots from Armstrong, and there's an accumulation of punishment that's bound to be happening here. You got to wonder how long Ramirez can grind it out, because he is not fighting defensively. Yeah, you'll see. CompuBox scorecard, it gave him round 6, but it didn't give him round 5. So at that point, Armstrong, that scorecard is correct. Round 6 is the first one that Ramirez has won. The knockdown in round 2, Armstrong would still be up 5 as we head here to round 7. I think it's at this point closer. Ramirez working the body, short little uppercut, splits the gloves. What's Armstrong? How long can Jose Ramirez last? Luis Ramirez last, fighting this style against Armstrong. Armstrong, damn, pops a good jab home. Body shots again. Armstrong going high and low. Yes, good combination. Slip a couple through during that flirt. Right hand from Armstrong. He beat him to the punch that time. Good left, and one of those rights got through. Good Jab was the best shot of that sequence from Armstrong. Minute and a half left in the seventh. Good right from Ramirez. Finds a straight left through the gloves. Armstrong lands to the body. Ramirez tries to do the same with less success. As we come up on a minute remaining in round number 7. Short body shot. Just trying to make Ramirez think about the body work. Try to get him to bring his guard down so Armstrong can try to land a money shot. Jab there from Ramirez. Kicks that one home and a good straight left. Armstrong has felt Ramirez's power, though, and Armstrong is undaunted. Again, Ramirez may not have Armstrong's power, but Ramirez is a very powerful puncher. Henry Armstrong, he's unbothered. Final 10 seconds here of round number 7. Full of jabs, find the mark again. Again, it's just an accumulation of blows. Here to Jose Luis Ramirez. Swinging a right hand as the bell sounds from Armstrong, misses the mark. Swelling around the right eye of Jose Luis Ramirez, getting a little more pronounced. And not to a point where it's a doctor or a ref concern yet, but closing in on a point where it could be impeding Ramirez. Last thing that Ramirez can afford to do is have punches from Henry Armstrong that he can't see. Get ready here for round number 8. And short left there from Armstrong lands. Another one. Right hand misses. That one right landed on the chin, but Ramirez was largely away from that punch. That didn't catch him flush. Left from Ramirez. Now you can see that left from Ramirez landed, but just didn't have the same kind of pop on it. Some of his earlier blows did. Good combination work there, though, from Ramirez. This has been a gritty effort from Ramirez. Again, Ramirez tasted the canvas in round 2. And he is absorbing good amount of blows. He's dishing too, but Armstrong has strafed him with some very hard shots. Ramirez keeps on coming. Body shot looked like it gave him a little bit of pause too. Ramirez backs off again. Good jab. Uppercuts. Slips between the gloves of Armstrong, who just keeps on coming. Body shot from Ramirez finds the mark. High and low combination there from Ramirez, firing away. 6 unanswered punches, though half of those were blocked. Ramirez trying to get some volume going on Armstrong here. Armstrong moving side to side. Swinging and weaving. Ramirez lands a couple. Short left from Armstrong misses as we approach a minute left here in round number 8. Good right hand from Armstrong. That one found a home. Ramirez seems dazed, and down he goes. Big right hand from Henry Armstrong rocks Ramirez. Backs up near the ropes. And then it was a body shot that put him down to a knee. Ramirez is up at 7. Says he's good to go. 40 seconds remaining here in round number 8. Ramirez comes out firing after the knockdown. This is one of those go out on your shield moments, perhaps. Ramirez, again, a good 5-6 punch combination. He comes through with another one there. Some of those blows were blocked, but a good number of them landed. Ramirez fighting valiantly here in what to this point has been a losing effort against Henry Armstrong. Final 10 seconds of round number 8. You can tell the crowd respecting the courage here of Jose Luis Ramirez. Lands a couple of shots as the round comes to a close, but another knockdown, second knockdown of the fight for Henry Armstrong. Got to think that if Armstrong stays upright, he wins this fight. Ramirez, gassed in the corner, head down. Not really sure what you can say to Jose Luis Ramirez in the corner at this point. He's given you everything he's got. He is just kind of coming across a buzzsaw here in Armstrong. Round 9 begins. You can see now you are seeing when Armstrong lands a couple of good shots, Ramirez backs up and tries to regroup. That is not his usual style. He'll get back in there. Right hand from Armstrong lands. Ramirez takes a step back. Good left, good straight jab there from Armstrong. Right on the point of the chin. Combination there. And again, Ramirez backs off. Armstrong kind of pot-shotting a little bit here. 2:20 left in round number 9. Nice match body shots there. I think Ramirez actually got the better of that exchange. Hurry there from Ramirez. Nothing lands. Exchange. Misses, but a straight right hand from Armstrong misses as well. Looks a short little uppercut in there. Scoring blow, not a huge power shot that time. Ramirez at the moment, his shots just seeming to lack a little bit of zip. Understandably so. And a right hand from Armstrong, and down he goes. Ramirez goes down like a shot, and that might be it. At 5. Jose Luis Ramirez, and he's going to get to his feet again. 3 knockdowns in the bout, but Ramirez is going to go out on his sword. The ref may have to protect Ramirez from himself here. Minute left in round number 9. Ramirez is up and he starts firing again. Terrific courage from Jose Luis Ramirez here, but Armstrong has him shook again. And down goes Ramirez for a 4th time. The count is being put on. Ramirez catching his breath. Will he rise once more? He's up at 9. Ref wants him to show he can go. Ramirez says he can, and they're going to allow it to continue. Questionable officiating at this point. Ramirez is just eating a bunch of shots. He comes up, fires 4 shots there to Armstrong, but now he eats 3 shots to the belly. All with force behind them. You know, these cheers, yes, the cheers are for Armstrong's effort here, obviously. A popular and super talented fighter. This crowd has an appreciation for what Ramirez is trying to do here. He is trying to weather the storm. It is Henry Armstrong. Round 9 comes to a close. Ramirez was put down in round number 2. He responded from that, kept himself in this fight through the middle rounds. But he was dropped once in round 8. He was dropped 2 more times in round 9. I feel like the second of those should have been the end of this fight. But Ramirez gets up, and he is going to try to make it through the distance here again. Huge margin here for Armstrong at this point. But now this is just a matter of Ramirez wanting to make it to the final bell. He comes out, fires a jab and a straight left hand to open up round number 10. Gets a jab from Armstrong. Short right hand finds the mark. Got to imagine even Armstrong is surprised that Ramirez is still going here. Trio of body shots there from Armstrong. Again, you're seeing Armstrong lands a couple of those shots. Ramirez is backing off, trying to regroup. Armstrong does not want to give him much time to do that. Armstrong's got to respect what Ramirez is trying to do here, but at the same time, Henry Armstrong wants to finish this one and not send it to the cards. No danger he'll lose the decision, barring some mob interference. But good stiff jab there again from Armstrong. Wings a right hand, but Ramirez gets away from that one. At this point, a victory for Jose Luis Ramirez will be making it to the final bell. He's got about 1:40 left to try and do so. The jab home on Armstrong, but then he eats a stronger one. 1:20 left. Straight left from Ramirez, finds the mark. Trying to duck under, Armstrong catches him in the middle there. Coming up on 1 minute remaining in the fight. Jose Luis Ramirez kept himself in this one until the last couple of rounds. Armstrong was in control on the cards. Ramirez was giving a terrific effort. But 10 rounds of punishment from Henry Armstrong, broken him down late. He's still trying to make it to the final whistle. 40 seconds left. Good sequence there from Ramirez. Good body shot there from Armstrong lands. Tries to go to the body again. Short left from Armstrong finds the mark. Inside 30 seconds remaining. 20 seconds left. Good left from Armstrong. Right hand, and down goes Ramirez. Down goes Ramirez. And they're administering a count. Again, that fight should be waved off right there. Ramirez is going to try to rise once more, and he is not going to do it. Henry Armstrong, final 20 seconds of round number 10, knocks out Jose Luis Ramirez to advance to the semifinal. And you kind of have to feel bad for Ramirez there. You know, that he fought through the knockdowns of the last couple of rounds. You can understand from an official's perspective wanting to let the guy try to make it to the end, but at the same point, you have to protect him there. That count never should have happened. Again, it proves irrelevant as Armstrong wins by knockout. That bout probably should have ended after the second knockdown of round number 9. You'll see the numbers there. 46% of Henry Armstrong's blows land. That is just a recipe for disaster. Fighting against Henry Armstrong. Ramirez, just tough as they come. Gritty as all heck. But Henry Armstrong, too much. And he scores the 10th round knockout to advance to the semifinal. And that's going to be a very interesting matchup. Henry Armstrong and Freddie Welch. Welch, a very, very adept defensive fighter. But Henry Armstrong just brings the whole kitchen. Forget just the sink. He will bring the whole kitchen at Freddie Welch. Welch is going to have his hands full with Homicide Hank. For now, Jose Luis Ramirez will certainly deserve praise for his efforts here. But the winner, moving on, Henry Armstrong, who advances to the lightweight semifinal here in the LSUBF. With that, things will end here for this card here in the LSUBF. Greatly appreciate you all tuning in as always. Again, to recap the night, a cruiserweight Vasily Girov advances. First person to advance in that tournament as he holds off a game challenge from Nate Miller. Miller, a heavy underdog. Girov with the win via majority decision. Michael Spinks advanced in the light heavyweight tournament, weathering a rough first 3 rounds. Spinks slow out of the gate. Matthew Saad Muhammad was terrific for the first 3 rounds of that fight, but Spinks gained control, ultimately knocking Muhammad out in round 6. And then in the main event of the evening, Homicide Hank, Henry Armstrong, Ladders Jose Luis Ramirez for 10 rounds. Ramirez gave as good as he got for much of it, but eventually wore down. 4 knockdowns in the bout from Armstrong before finishing Ramirez in the final 20 seconds of the bout with the knockout victory. Hope you'll join me here for our next card Thursday night. Well, again, after this card was an undisputed, we'll go to Fight Night Champion for this Thursday slate of bouts. And that will see junior middleweight #1 seed Sergey Denzurik, who has been terrific so far in the LSUBF. He will have his first match of the tournament against the tough slugger from Panama, Santiago Samaniego. Then we move to featherweight. Prince Nassim Hamed, the #3 seed in the featherweight tournament, will take on Benny Bass in what should be an entertaining bout and a mix of styles that should yield a fun, fun fight. And then in the main event, we get our first look at the heavyweight division. #4 seed Vladimir Klitschko will tackle #5 seed Max Schmeling. Schmeling, can he handle the incredible size and reach advantage that Klitschko will bring into that bout? Schmeling will not back down. He is a terrific counterpuncher. He's an intelligent fighter. Can he get inside Klitschko to inflict damage? Hope we'll see you then. Again, bang that like button if you have not as of yet. Subscribe if you have not as of yet. And most importantly, everybody, be good to each other. And we'll talk soon.